sometimes that care factor too.
I was just thinking about that. I have seen many, many times where the agronomist cared more about the crop than the farmer did. And at the same time, it's very easy for a farmer, and the reason is because I think the farmer disconnects himself from the crop because in his mind, that's the agronomist's job. It's his job to look at it. My job's to plant it. My job's to spray it when he tells me it's weedy. My job's to call the airplane when he says it needs sprayed with whatever, a foliar pass. And it's my job to get the harvest equipment ready. And at the end of the day, okay, what did we yield? And that's it never fails, man. I've seen it time and time again. That's the agronomist report card. What did it yield? Here you go. How'd you do?
Yep.
And it's like there's this wall between, it's not the farmer anymore. It's the agronomist. And that is not a fair place to be. Dude, go walk fields with your agronomist. If your agronomist quit today, what would you do? Could you pick up? Could you go and walk the field? Could you have a decent grasp on just the basic disease pressure? We're not talking the weird stuff. We're talking, do you know the difference between common rust and southern rust?
Yeah.
Do you know that hey, our brace roots are breaking off and they're causing new roots? What's going on there? Why does it do that? Just being a well-rounded farmer in general that has a grasp on agronomy, not just a machine operator.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a machine operator and a farmer, really.
Yeah.
I'm going to make some people real mad when I say that because there's some farmers that they just want to run machinery, and you know what? That's okay.
Yep.
Hire an agronomist, be a partner with him.
Yep.
But
that's a good perspective. I needed that, and it might be just because it's such the hot and heavy season. I mean, the same thing happens when you're planting, then spraying, then planting. You know what I mean?
I'm literally 13 hours off my heavy season.
Yeah.
I've just stepped out of the sprayer yesterday, coming out of wheat, by the way, so there was one field I looked at. I had field, man, it was just rough. Anyway, then the flood hit it, and this is just real life. We're talking about crop insurance yesterday. I had one field got just nailed by flood. Made 12. The wheat made 12. Okay. And the field right next to it that didn't get flooded made 65. So, and I got lots of pictures of the trees out in the field and, a foot and a half of the neighbor's corn stalks out there and some of my corn stalks. It wasn't all his because the neighbor's going to listen to this and call me and laugh and yell at me. But anyway, just lots of corn stalks out there. But, insurance is also something that I know is on a lot of people's minds right now because there's drought, there's flooding. We're in bad markets.
I've had 2,500 acres already held out of what I scouted.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say held out, but significant hail damage.
I'm in the process of turning in my wheat insurance claims on all the flood out stuff.
Yep.
Well, you know what? Insurance is penciling on some of my flood out stuff pretty okay.
Yep.
And no one really likes to talk about that. It's kind of this like, we're going to shove that under the table because everyone gripes at farmers because you guys are government subsidized and you wouldn't make without government subsidies. And I have heard that argument, not by any farmer.
Yeah.
Never had a farmer tell me that or anyone that's well-versed in agriculture, say that. It's everyone that's kind of gets a glimpse of it.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys you have a nice combine and government just cuts you checks. Okay, you come over here.
Yep. Give it a try.
You come over here and do this. But I think it's very important, especially this year when you're looking at maybe poor yields, maybe you're looking at great yields. Have a sit-down conversation. I plan to have a sit-down conversation with a crop insurance person on here on how do you traverse today's markets, today's ag economy with a good insurance plan.
Yeah.
What are things to look for? Do we, I've just been trying to learn a lot better about ECO and SCO.
Yeah.
How does that play into my operation? Oh,
huge,
this year it's huge.
Huge.
Yeah. And so these planning things, we just, we did a podcast about tax deductions and land values.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, we all love to plant crops and cut good crops. We love it. But there's a lot more to it today than that. and available. And the guys that are going to succeed are the ones that are looking at the big picture. They're looking at all the numbers. They're looking at everything available, not just the bag of seed and the tank of fertilizer.
Yep.
You can get by on that, but man, there's a lot to be learned and had out there.
Well, and we talked about insurance and just how the beautiful bill just passed.
The
right?
big beautiful bill.
The big beautiful bill passed. I mean, there's things that are changing already there. Or I haven't dug into it any deeper, but 45Z tax credit now seems like that's back full wind because of that bill being passed. So,
isn't that like year-round ethanol and?
Well, that's a carbon credit back on your grain based on your practices,
45Z, and then I was thinking in the bill there was year-round ethanol
there could be. I don't know enough.
I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
No.
Views and opinions expressed on this podcast are that of only the hosts.
There you go. But opportunities, silver linings, and business decisions. And I know I say that and you're like, Johnny, you're an agronomist. You don't see that. Well, gosh dang, I get it though.
Yeah.
I see it. You know, and it's so crazy this year. My area has probably gotten more rain in the month of June and early July than we usually get all summer long.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie.
Same here, month of May.
Yeah, month of May, right? So I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of good corn in Nebraska.
Oh, dude.
It looks
whole way here.
And it didn't matter practice. It didn't matter how much N you threw up front. If that was 60 pounds, if that was 120, if that was 200 pounds.
Yeah.
The corn looks good.
Yeah. I was talking to Chris yesterday. He goes, man, every farmer around here looks good.
Yeah.
My dad told me, he said, a good rain makes a bad farmer look good. And I'm like, dude, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. But it's very humbling. It's very humbling that... Guys, if you've liked the information that you've seen so far, go ahead and check out the full-length podcast on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe there. It's also on all the major podcast platforms. We're constantly dropping info and more content on all the social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Check it out for a lot more content.